Here we go with the Tri-State Audi Knicks postgame show. Knicks and Nets tonight. Knicks up 21 points in the third quarter. Back come the Nets. KD a triple-double, 32 points. Knicks outscored 16-2 in the final 5:11 of the game. Kyrie Irving had 24, and the Nets beat the Knicks, pulling away down the stretch 110-98, the final tonight at MSG. Great to have you with us from our Delta MSG studios. Bill Pito, Monica McNutt, Alan Hott, and Wally Zerbiak. Let's just go over this number here, and I think this is useful here, Wallace. Knicks' 8th loss when losing by at least 15 points, most in the league. Knicks' 4th loss this season when leading by at least 20 points, most in the league. And from the line, they go 21 of 36. These are all the things that have happened in these games when they've blown big leads. And when you look at this season, I think that's the most significant number that we have, the inability to hold these leads.
Yeah, it's also they have 2 really good players on that Nets team. That's what wins games in the NBA. That's it. Forget all those numbers. When it becomes down to winning time, this is a game the Nets need. They have the 2 of the top 10 players in the NBA, and Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. Those guys just, said, I want to win this game. It's winning time. They dug themselves a hole to make some extra drama in this game, but you can tell when they wanted to,
but
turn it up.
But this is a pattern, obviously, of the whole. When you look at this
I agree.
season, right, guys?
No, here's why. You don't have an answer.
Right.
Like what Wally's saying is when they pushed
the other team,
you had nothing to push back.
And that's somebody else.
That's the NBA.
Right.
When you don't have equal talent, when the talent pushes back, you have to have some type of answer. They didn't have that in this game. They haven't had that in a lot of games where they've blown these leads. But, the number you left out to me is a big number that I know Thibodeau is going to talk about after this game. Got out-rebounded in the second half, 28-15.
And they didn't not have a big lineup.
They had small guys out
there.
And the Knicks have been one of the best rebounding teams in the league. Now, you didn't have Mitchell Robinson in this game, and you certainly felt it, although Jericho Sims played great.
You also got out-rebounded because you couldn't make a shot.
Well, those long rebounds, too.
Yeah.
There's also long rebounds. There's a lot of that going on. So you getting out-rebounded 28.
There were a lot more defensive rebounds for the Nets to get because the Knicks literally could not make a shot in the fourth quarter.
They had 13 offensive rebounds, which means they had how many second chances did the Nets
they had a lot of offensive
that you had to stop, and then they
point.
got the offensive rebound. And that's the point I'm making is this is a good rebounding team, and they were out-rebounded in the second half tonight. And that is something that I believe the coaches will look at and say that's another area that we have to look at here.
It's a, excuse me, and not to state the obvious, but it's 4 quarters and it's stamina, right? You could joke all you want that Brooklyn potentially was sleepwalking through that first half, but when they needed to turn it on, not only did they have the scores, but they also had the energy. Because to me, rebounding is an energy stat.
Yes, it is.
And so you saw, I think Clyde may have even mentioned it on the broadcast at one point, you can't stand around in the paint and watch the ball bounce wherever it's going to go, but you just saw not only the 2 scores, to Wally's point, you saw the energy versus. And then to me, you're watching a team that's playing not to lose versus a team that's playing aggressive with confidence. It's 2 completely very stark contrasts in terms of the operation down the stretch in the fourth.
But there has to be some component here, Wally, about the confidence for the Knicks to go up by 19, a 19-0 run in the second quarter, and then they're up by 21 early in the third.
Go ahead, Mom.
Two things. We've watched that happen across the league. So that is not a Knicks thing. We have watched 20-point leads come and go across the league.
Too, right?
Certainly in the college game. So to me, again, it speaks to that confidence. Like you said, you look at that 19-0 run, Wally, and it's just that's just shrinking away from the moment.
Listen, the Knicks did what they should in the first half. Brooklyn was coming off a back-to-back. They were sleepwalking. They were not in rhythm. Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving were not playing really good basketball, and the Knicks were phenomenal. They were sharing the ball, playing great team ball. But in the fourth quarter, it's a completely different ball game. Matchups get tighter, the defense gets tighter, the game gets more physical, and the better players are going to win out when it's winning time. And the Knicks, look at the ball movement. It was awesome. The end of the first unit was phenomenal against the starters, and then when the bench came in, they just ran the bench of Brooklyn off the floor. And the energy was exciting. The Garden was ripping and rocking and rolling. It was great to see. It's just unbelievable how, this. When it counts and you need the game, the better players are going to just do whatever it takes to make the plays to win. And then the momentum when it shifts, when you don't have your guys, like the Knicks didn't have Mitchell Robinson, the Knicks didn't have Julius Randle, Brooklyn could smell that in the fourth quarter. They saw the confusion. They smelled blood, and they went for the kill, and they got it.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, they needed this game. They had to win this game, so they had to turn that on. They have lost 10 straight second half of back-to-back. So they are terrible in the second half of a back-to-back. They played last night, and they carried a lot of minutes. Kyrie played over 40 minutes last night.
Yeah,
KD had 37 minutes last night. So you could tell that first half was more of a, all right, just keep it close enough and not really exert too much. And they got away with it, I felt like, because even with the big lead, and remember, 21 was early third quarter, very early third quarter, and that 7-0 changed everything, explained by, of course, the KD dunk.
Probably more significant than these runs is what happened, and I mentioned off the top, the final 5-11, Monica, when the Knicks were outscored 16-2.
Crunch time.
Yeah.
I mean, you look in that fourth quarter, KD has 13, Patty Mills has 12 in the fourth quarter, and that's not...
Tough shot.
Right,
Please.
tough shot. And that's not necessarily a KD, Kyrie caliber guy, but a shot maker that benefits off of the space that his teammates create. And I think for me, when you saw this play, you said, okay, everybody needs to be on red alert because now Kyrie's
Wide
interested
open
in playing
shot there.
defense. Yeah, and then
followed it.
you
Yeah,
have to
that's good.
counter with confidence. I mean, that becomes the part. There was no counterpunch. I mean, this was aggressive by RJ. You needed more of that from him, and then that's a tough ass to cover. I mean, you got to do your work before that guy gets the ball because you know what it is once he gets the ball.
See, there's one of those offensive rebounds I'm talking about for a second chance, right? Like
And it's a three, right? It's not even just a putback.
Yeah, right, exactly.
That's a tough shot.
Way downtown.
See, that's what they have. They have tough shot makers. Patty Mills made 2 of those. That was 3 feet behind the line. I mean, those shooters, when it comes down to clutch time and crunch time, they are just lights out. These are guys, Patty Mills is a veteran, made a ton of threes throughout his career, international competition, made big plays, big shots when it matters. This team is built to win close games. Now, I don't know if they can do it in the playoffs, because there are really good teams in the playoffs. And you remember, the Knicks played with a lot of heart. They played hard.
Yep.
They're really undermanned.
Yeah,
They're really
they did.
undermanned. They're going up against a team that really needs this game. But this is how the NBA is. When it counts, there's only so much X's and O's can do. Like, the better players are going to win games.
And that's why personnel is so important.
Yes.
That's why you're off season.
In the
in the
final
NBA,
6 minutes, it's really hard.
Well, of course.
Clutch time.
And that's why, again, off seasons are critical. That's why, decisions you make with your roster and how you develop players is critical. Learning from games like this, watching Barrett guarding Kevin Durant and watching him go to work in these moments is something also that you have to just take that experience with you and remind yourself the next time you're in this is what a great player does. All that stuff. And you know what else it does? It makes you marvel at a team like Memphis. And how what they're doing with one of the youngest teams in the league with not a lot of experience and sometimes without their star player, and they're still winning 55 games. So you marvel at that because usually it's experience and talent that wins out, but in Memphis' case, a little bit different. So they make it look easy, but it certainly isn't.
Let's see what happens in the playoffs.
Now, you're right about that, too.
Right.
Once they get into a series. Yeah. No, it's true.
Memphis
Keeping
is
it
true.
close.
Their identity.
But,
They are
as
like
I
And that's
said.
why, conversely, the Laker meltdown is so shocking. Because normally vets win
Well,
in the NBA.
That's a care issue. That's a care issue. That's a completely different kind of issue. But when we talk about personnel, though, it's going to be interesting to see as we got 2 games left in the season, and we'll have time to assess everything. But when the Knicks go into the offseason, you got to look at the East. It's getting better and better.
It is
and
definitely
better.
getting better.
And you've got to do a lot. You're seeing how far away you are with games like this.
Couple things worth mentioning here before we go to break. R.J. Barrett, 7 of 27.
Problem.
Obi Toppin, 19. And Emmanuel Quickly did not play well tonight. 6 points.
First bad game in a while.
1 of 8 and 6 points for Quickly, who has been so effective, but just didn't seem to be in sync tonight at all.